Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, sir. Thank you. I was just curious, how have you felt about the team's overall offensive pace in the series?
The pace.
Yeah, like getting into sets, like doing things quicker.
Yeah,
How have you felt?
yeah, we haven't been great. We talked about it after game one and game two, but just getting to our sets quicker. I think it's taking us a little too long to get into our sets. And, by the time we make one or two passes, we're in a better situation. So we've shown throughout the course of the season that we haven't played well late in the shot clock. So we got to be better with our pace, get into our sets, and that way we can make multiple passes and multiple drives as well.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll go next to Cam. Go ahead, Cam.
Hey, good afternoon, Coach. Ayton has been different than the other centers you faced in the playoff series thus far. What challenges has Ayton presented to you guys, and how you plan on solving that issue in the game 5?
Well, I mean, it's tough to solve an issue when you got guys, with their penetration with CP and Book, creating so much attention that you got to help those guys. So he's getting easy drop-offs and dunks. It's not like he's posting us up and, going one-on-one. Like he's getting drop-offs and he plays well off those guys. And that's what the big men do. And when you try to contest at the rim, he's also great at just going to the offensive glass. And, smaller guys are having a tough time just trying to box him out with the physicality, when Zoo and those guys go for blocks or, contest a shot, has put a lot of pressure on our backside. But, when you give so much attention to CP and Book, I mean, a guy like Ayton, he's going to, like I say, he's been playing great all playoffs, just find the open areas, getting to the spots. They've been doing a good job of using them effectively when they have, two guys in front of them, they drop it off, and he's finishing well.
Thanks. We'll go next to Ohm.
Hey, Ty. I know last night you had said, coming back from 3-1 is very doable. You're one of the few coaches that's done it. I think it's only been done like 13 times to come back from 3-1. But I know every series, every team's different. But what did you learn about that experience of trying to come back from 3-1 that you might be able to apply to this?
Just taking it one game at a time. You can't focus on winning 3. You got to focus on winning 1. And it really starts quarter by quarter, especially when you play on the road right now in game 5. You guys got to take it quarter by quarter and try to win each quarter. That's got to be a mindset. You can't think about, 3 games and, 4, 5, 6 days from now. You got to think about tomorrow and just winning quarter by quarter. And I think that's the mindset that I got to make sure our team has going into the game tomorrow.
Is there anything you remember in particular from that first game 5 in 2016 when you started that comeback with the Cavs that stands out to you?
Yeah, I think just LeBron set the tone early, but I think our guys were just locked in and focused on just winning the first quarter. That's what we talked about, winning the first quarter. And we came out, we played great. We had a good start. And then once we kind of, had a good first quarter, we just kind of fed off that throughout the course of the game. And then we had to go back home for a game 6. And, we told our guys we got to go back home for game 6 anyway. Why not go back home with a win? And our guys were locked in and focused and ready to go.
Thanks. We'll go next to Pepper.
Hi, Coach. It's great to talk with you. So I know somebody asked something a little bit similar to this, but I was wondering if there's any other message you're giving to your team right now with everything on the line in this game?
Yeah, just basically we had a chance to win 2 of those close games, so it's not like, we've gotten blown out in the games we lost. Like we played well enough to win those games and just a couple, bounces our way and we could be up in the series. So don't think about it like we've been getting blown out. We have an answer for this team because we do. And I just think offensively, we just got to keep trusting, play with more pace and more drives to the basket to open up, some better shot attempts for us. And that's the biggest message I have for our team. Like, it's not like we've been blown out. The games we lost have been close every single game. So we know we can play with this team.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next to Miriam.
I love her. Hey, Ty, so just due diligence, any update on Kawhi, and do you expect that he'll be stuck in LA tomorrow while you guys play in Phoenix?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so back in LA.
Yes,
and how's everybody else holding up? Is Zoo okay, and Nick, and any other injuries to report?
I'm not sure until tomorrow, but we'll see what happens tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks. We'll go next to Law.
Ty, how are you feeling today, man?
I feel good.
Good. I saw, or we all saw, I mean, the rotation went down to 8 players for the most recent game. And now that you're kind of in this hole, like, I feel like you're kind of battling this battle between who you can play and how long they can play. So is there consideration into kind of expanding the rotation, knowing that you kind of needed to get that maximum effort over the course of a full game?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when the game starts and how it goes, and just kind of go from there.
Thanks. Next to Tomer. Go ahead, Tomer.
Hey, Ty, you started Marcus yesterday in yesterday's game. Kind of got off to that rough start defensively. Do you think maybe you'll go back to Terrence to start game 5 because of what he kind of gave you with him and Pat Bev on CP and Book?
We'll see tomorrow. Not going to discuss it now, but we'll see.
Well, thank you then.
What you want me to give you the answer right now, Tomer? God dang.
I was just curious. I
we'll see tomorrow. I mean, I ain't gonna. You want me to give up the whole report?
Well, it's just a lot of will sees for a quick amount of times. I'm just curious, but okay, thank you.
I'll let you know tomorrow. I'll make sure I tell you.
I appreciate that, Ty. I'll be sure to ask. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, back to Justin. Go ahead, Justin.
Hey, Coach, you also mentioned earlier about, getting to the rim more. Has that been like a factor for you guys in the series, kind of similar to like Dallas, where it's just get to the rim because of how much how well Phoenix does at shrinking the floor and stopping you from getting open threes?
It's been for us, all season long. When we attack the paint, get to the rim, we're a totally different team, and we know that. And they did a great job of shrinking the floor last game. They did a great job with Ayton being up on the pick and rolls with Reggie and PG, where they weren't able to get downhill. So in that second half, we made a little adjustment with Zoo and having him slip out a little early to get those guys downhill because then Ayton has to back up. But we're a totally different team when we attack the paint. We get to the rim. We know that. So that's got to be our emphasis.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. We'll let you go.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow pregame.
Yes, ma'am.